This is Kerry Cook. In the old days, boxing contests went for 15 rounds. The last 3 rounds were regarded as the championship rounds. The Australian electoral cycle has now entered that stage. The bell has now sounded to close the end of round 12. With Labor consistently ahead, 59 to 41 on Newspoll, so close to an election, it would appear the opposition is ahead on points. The change from Kim Beazley to Kevin Rudd has been seamless. Despite the sticks and stones of Brian Burke, challenged accounts of childhood hardship and fake Anzac Day ceremonies in Vietnam, Rudd remains St Kevin. There appears no Tampa sailing into view for the coalition. Interest rates are increasing. It is a two-speed economy. Things are good in Queensland and WA, not quite as good elsewhere. The union movement is cashed up and ready to cane work choices. And business would rather not dabble with politics. The mummy issue of the environment is taking centre stage. There were early prime ministerial stumbles as to whether or not there is an issue about global warming, which weakened the effect of the policy to save the Murray-Darling system by throwing money at it. An announcement throwing money at senior citizens was smothered by an overheated attack on Barack Obama, which, by the way, led everybody to remember the Iraq War they weren't crazy about in the first place. An attempt to nail Kevin Rudd because of associations with Brian Burke led to a loss of a cabinet minister, whilst the attempt to show the Prime Minister as G.I. John in Afghanistan and Iraq was lost in the noise of the resignation in disgrace of Santo Santoro. Now, in this context, round 15, of course, is the election campaign. However, the next 2 rounds should be controlled by the government. Round 13 is the budget, whilst round 14 is APEC, which gives the government the opportunity to mix with the statesmen of the Pacific Rim, as well as displaying their capacity to pragmatically progress environmental issues with direct multilateral agreements with the larger polluters such as the US, China and India. If this gives the government the opportunity to talk about policy and performance, this could put acid on the opposition, to put some meat on their policy bones. As an example, the environment. Signing Kyoto and pledging targets to be met after we're long dead might be beaut, but what does that mean for the Australian standard of life? And of course, there are other examples. We're all about to find out as Australian politics enters the championship rounds of the election fight. This is Kerry Cook.